You're gay.
Sorry.
Hey everybody, welcome back. It is time for another wrestling review. With me once again, we have Campo.Reviews, the man who reviews movies, TV shows, wrestling, everything else in between. You want something reviewed? Go check out his channel. Look on his channel. If you're an anime fan, we'll have a Dan to Dan review for you guys soon. So make sure you go check that out. Right below me is the Putty Man. The Putty Man here means only one thing. We are doing WWE. That's right. We are doing WWE's first ever PLE on ESPN, Wrestlepalooza. Does not live up to the name from the ECW days.
Let's do a little talk about. Let's do a. Oh, hi, Putty. How are you?
Oh, hi. Oh, hi, Mark.
Ohio.
That's Japanese.
Ohio, konbanwa.
Oh, hi. Oh, yeah.
Konbanwa.
Konnichiwa. Onamae.
Wow, Putty knew Japanese more than I do. Anyways, listen. Itadakimasu. Um, Wrestlepalooza
Mm-hmm.
is the worst possible name you could have took from all of the ECW names you could have potentially chosen from, because
Mm-hmm.
WrestlePalooza is notoriously one of the worst shows that ECW has ever done.
Had.
I think it's two of the three or three of the four worst, like in the bottom five worst
Mhm.
shows in ECW history.
Because the last few shows weren't even pay-per-views. They were televised events. They were
I think
TV
it was the
events.
other way around. I think they weren't televised and then they became a pay-per-view like at the very end.
Was it?
I don't know for sure. I did
Yeah.
some research, but that doesn't matter. It's irrelevant.
Which is,
It's
It's
irrelevant.
which is,
We
it's
don't need
also
to
kind
get
of
just a
funny.
really bad name.
Yeah.
Well, it was kind of funny you bring that in because it's also the transition of it going to ESPN, which this was a hassle when it comes to that. Because I went to Disney Plus, I went to all that, and it kept on giving me things like you don't, and it says in my thing I had ESPN. Well, apparently they had done an upgrade here in the States where you had to add additional five, and the only way you could watch ESPN now is through Disney. So I can go to the app, but any kind of like big events I can't watch unless I do it through Disney Plus. I'm like, this is the weirdest way to do this at all. And I have the ESPN connected to my Disney Plus account, so I can go watch stuff on there. But like the
That's crazy.
PPVs, I could not watch it. So I had to go through this whole backwards of going to Disney Plus and then pulling up from there. So this is not going to work out well. And honestly, ESPN doesn't have anything I want, so it kind of cringes me to buy even want to have it in general. You know what I mean?
It's
You
even
preferred it?
worse because for us, everything is on Disney already that you guys never had on Disney except ESPN, which we have to subscribe to separately to Disney. Like it
Yeah.
doesn't even go through the same app. It's a completely different app here.
But we get all your Hulu shit through our Disney.
We always did,
Well,
and the
Yeah.
Star stuff, right?
Well,
Yeah.
And
well, that's transitioning because I've already been
yeah,
told
you
by my
guys are
account
getting
and
that.
everything. Yeah, we're losing Hulu. Hulu's going to integrate into Disney, and Disney's basically trying to make themselves more like, oh, we can be adults too, and all that kind of stuff like they've been doing. But now it's not. It's going to be like what you guys have. But like for example, I got my HBO Max through Hulu, so I don't know how that's going to work now because it was an add-on package that I had for HBO Max as a bonus, and now are they going to
Yeah, which
revert
for
that?
us
Like,
is even crazy. This is even crazier
See, we
because
use Crave.
you have to use Crave to get HBO Max here. I don't know if you can get HBO Max through Amazon, but
yeah,
we can't watch AEW on HBO Max.
But we can
But
watch it on Amazon.
AEW's well, we can watch it on Amazon, but AEW has a deal with HBO Max, and I don't know if you have to pay for the pay-per-views if you have HBO Max. Because
well,
the
this
way they
also
were
brings it.
talking about it was like the AEW pay-per-views just stream on HBO Max if you have a
Well,
membership.
Well, this ties into something else that I was going to ask you guys later. How do I get TNA pay-per-views? Like how? Because there's one coming up that
You
I want
have
to
to
see.
subscribe to
The
TNA's
TNA
page, and then you still have to pay for the pay-per-views.
depends on the pay-per-view. Victory
If
Road
no,
was free.
if there's specials, you get it.
No, no, I think you all know which one I want. There's an
You want to
upcoming
watch
match
Bound for
between two
Glory, the
tag.
Hardys versus
Yes, I want to watch the Hardys for the Dudley Boys table match. I want to watch.
Go on Fight TV, get Triller TV, and just buy the pay-per-view for $20.
Okay, I'm probably gonna have to then.
And then
Okay,
it
anyways,
saves in your library there.
yeah, and
okay,
it's always
okay.
there.
And you can go through they have a whole backlog. So they go on sale. So let's say there's a pay-per-view from like 5 years ago that you really want to see the Dudley Boys fight. So you just buy it for
Yeah.
Yeah.
$5 and it saves in your
See,
library.
the thing is, I have TNA Plus here, and Campo's signed up to my TNA Plus, but the TNA Plus in Canada won't work for you in the US.
And also, it's just a really shitty fucking app.
It is.
I don't even use it anymore. I
Which is
stopped
kind of funny
using
too.
it.
Yeah.
Which is kind of funny too, because again, same thing with Netflix. That I had to go back to my old Netflix because I was using some ones from Canada's, which again, we're not going
Yeah,
to bring out who that was.
was my
And then I
brother.
had to go back to, yeah, exactly. And it was aggravating because I went in and I'm like, dang it, I'm going to have to pay for this again. And
It was just
but it
funny
doesn't ma-
because he talked about like, oh, I canceled my Disney, I canceled my thing. Like, I'm not paying for this stuff anymore. You know, it's crazy, but like, I can't watch anything. I'm like, you realize this whole time I've been subscribed to every single one of those things, and you could have just used it, but you refused to. I'm like, you're
I
crazy.
told him the same
Anyway,
thing, but I couldn't do it.
none of those wrestling streaming things, nothing compares to New Japan or
No,
Wrestle Universe.
Wrestle Universe is the best.
It's they're so much more advanced than anything we have for wrestling here. It's like I
Yeah.
don't even. Anyways, we're talking about WWE.
Yes, let's
Hi.
talk about the show at hand, WrestlePalooza. We'll start with the first match: Brock Lesnar versus John Cena.
I know Putty's gonna have a lot to say because Putty's from this era of wrestling. I actually, contrary to like the scores people are throwing around, I don't think this was a bad match in the ring. I think the storytelling and stuff that
Yeah.
happened, enough of it was there, and it wasn't a bad match at all. I enjoyed it. It was fine. But
What do you think of Heyman with Brock again?
I don't understand it. I also don't understand. I would not back him. Like if I'm a fan, I'm not even cheering for
No,
Brock Lesnar.
they
I'm
were
just gonna
booing.
be
The
honest.
crowd booed Brock Lesnar.
If you
Like,
watch the replay when I watched it, it's a lot less booey.
Well,
yes,
this gives me.
on the live when you watch it live, they did a lot of audio cuts in this.
Mhm.
Very much so. On the replay. And yeah, they booed him really bad in the live version, and then when you go back and watch the replay, it's not as loud.
It's not as bad, and there's a lot of you can hear cheers and boos at the same time. Well, we'll talk about this matchup, but there's some stuff
Well,
that the like main things I didn't like about this that I think we can wait till the end of the match, kind of. So, Putty, you want to talk about the match at all?
well, I mean, here's the thing. The match, like let's go back to even the beginning when we're talking about Paul Heyman. The reason I want to go back to that is because I'm seeing a thread here, and I feel like they're really pushing for him to be a dominant force as far as like ECW. Because look at the who he holds in his, I guess, you pile of people. Because if he's out there with Brock Lesnar, means it might be siding with it. He had a time, because if you look at everything like OTC, aka him with freaking what's the name? I'm forgetting his name.
Roman Reigns.
Seth
No, CM
Rollins.
Punk, CM Punk, CM Punk, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and all and Brock Lesnar all have links to Paul Heyman and all have major plot points that are happening out right now that make me think that they're shooting for something more with Paul Heyman, because I'm noticing Paul Heyman is showing up a way more a lot when it comes to WWE in general. Like Triple H
He's
is
going to
trying
bring
to
back
push some.
Ryback.
Like, well, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. But my point is like
Don't even make jokes.
I have this
It's not
feeling
even
it's gonna be.
funny.
I have a feeling something story driven is going to happen based on everything else I'm seeing. And if it is at least decently good, that's fine. But the way they're introducing it right now, it just seems convoluted and weird. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
It also, so just to tag on to that. So, JD, you have anything to say specifically about the match before I
No,
spoil the match?
the in-ring work was fine. Like the way they told the story, because Brock absolutely squashes Cena in this match. Not an
Yeah,
Hmm.
absolute squash, but I mean, it still went on 10
enough.
minutes. But yeah, he got all the offense in.
It made this is where it bothered me. Okay, it made no sense to me that you spent all this time building up Cena. It's his final run. I get it. It's not like you're putting over a youth. You're not putting over some young up and coming talent. Brock Lesnar didn't need to get put over.
No,
So
Brock Lesnar is literally a month older than John Cena.
why wouldn't you keep uh, John Cena hot going into this new feud you've designed with
He
AJ
finally
Styles?
slays the beast. Yeah.
Well,
And but you
here's
didn't.
the thing.
So and hold on. And now that you've completely redirected his trajectory for John Cena and his storyline, this match was irrelevant.
Yeah, it made no
What was
sense.
the point of having this match
Well,
just to have Cena get squashed to have him just go do something else now?
okay, so that's about they're actually. Do you guys know for a fact he's going like this next match to AJ Styles? Like, is
Yeah.
this all?
Yeah, that's
It's
pretty much,
Okay.
yeah.
Well,
supposedly it's
that
planned for 2 matches.
Well then, first and foremost, this confirms something else. Unless, of course, the last match is against Brock Lesnar. And here's the reason why I say this: there's another YouTube out there, there's this podcast that I've been watching a lot and everything, and they brought up the whole point about how when Cena lost, Brock Lesnar left, and then Cena left out alone. And if he's doing this whole retirement tour, why didn't he have backup out there to like bring them out and give him some kind of story drama? It really looked awkward and weird
Because
for him
this
to
was
walk out
supposed
by
to be a
himself.
one and done.
Right, but see them. Okay, if you're making it a one and done, why are you? I mean, I have no sympathy
That's
for
why
him.
this doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah.
walking out with a huge group of kids, I think they thought was going to be make the loss more impactful because he lost in front of all these kids. But I think you've just ruined all of these child's
Well,
lives.
well,
Like, why would
well,
you do that?
here's that's what they were talking about. They said based on bringing those children out, if you're trying to make it look like you're the victim in the situation, then bring in other people out here to defend you, like Cody Rhodes going like, "Oh, I got you, brother," as they're drag him out because he just got slammed so many times, Brock Lesnar. But here's the thing: even if that was a setup for this next story, let's say like after AJ Styles, he's like, "I want revenge on Brock Lesnar. I
No,
want to
that's
finally
it.
beat
Like
the
he's
Beast."
only got what, 3 matches left, 3 appearances. Campo froze out on us.
Okay, well, you
Oh, there
say
he
all
is.
three are going to be AJ Styles.
Well, there's two of them are AJ Styles.
What if the third one's Brock Lesnar and that's the story? Like, it's still what I'm saying is if that is the story, it's a really bad way they're starting it off. I mean, what do you think? Okay,
Even
let's do
yes, Kate, you don't have to prove anything. The storyline, whether it comes back or not, is so stupid and
Yeah.
irrelevant that it just never should have happened. You don't even have
Yeah.
to give us a
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand this whole tour with him in the first place. Like, I actually like the bad guy version of him now at any point when it comes to this whole retirement tour than anything else. It
Go
But
was
they
look
way
at what
more
they're
couldn't.
doing
entertaining.
in Japan with Tanahashi. That's the way you tell a retirement story.
Yeah, you book yourself to win all the matches.
No, he's had some pretty impactful,
Sting's
like,
retirement run was the ideal retirement
yeah,
run.
yeah,
He went to Japan, he showed off, he did his thing in AEW, and I'm sure he's gonna get signed to WWE to do whatever he has to do to end it.
yeah,
That's a good way of doing it. Go through all the companies again and say goodbye.
yeah. Brock wins.
Yeah,
So with
yeah.
that, the aforementioned Paul Heyman with the Vision, Bronson Reed, and Braun Breaker against the Usos with
Um,
L.A. Knight as the special guest referee.
it's
I didn't like
it's.
the referee.
I thought it was a stupid idea.
Yeah.
The in ring work was really good. I really like Bronson or
Mhm.
whatever Bronson and Braun. Um,
Ed
I
and Eddie.
I mean that you could have did that with Braun Strowman if you
I
kept him.
know.
And they would have been three monsters. And I don't even like Braun Strowman, and I think that was
Yeah.
a really good idea. Braun, and Brawny. That's what I would have
Yeah.
called it.
Mhm.
Anyways, I think the Usos work far better as a tag team, and
Hmm.
it I don't know why it just occurred to me because we might have talked about it before, but like Jimmy is so much better on the mic than Jay is. I don't know why they ever let Jay go solo to cut all his own promos.
Jay is a little bit of a better in-ring performer solo than Jimmy is.
Yeah, but they forced Jay to have to cut so many promos, and that's
Yeah.
not what he does.
Mhm.
They
Well, I
work
mean,
better as a tag team, and I think the Young Buck haters out there mostly in WWE land, like the Usos are just dollar store Young Bucks. And I'm not saying that as if Young Bucks are the way better tag team, but their
A
idea of what
watered down version of the Young
yeah,
Bucks.
it's just super kick, super kick, super kick, super kick, super kick. And it's like all
it's
the Young Bucks do is super kicks. I'm like, has anybody watched the Usos?
okay.
Um,
So well,
but
here's the
yeah,
thing.
I thought the match was good ish.
Yeah, ish is the way I would look at it. The thing with this situation is that, again, always story driven with me and everything. The whole thing with Jay becoming like the old going heel to babyface is just not working for him. And at the same time, even though he has got the crowd with the yeet and everything, he hasn't hit that point where, even I hate putting it this way, that Cody Rhodes has, where it's really hard to go into the bad guy situation. You have to stick with the good guy situation. He's in that weird situation where he's kind of like that, but when he's going into heel, it just doesn't feel comfortable. Like I feel like him heel is better when he was with Roman Reigns than he would be doing it right now. It just doesn't feel comfortable.
Jay would be okay as a heel. Cody booked himself into a corner as a babyface.
Well, they
Yeah.
tested the waters, right? We
Yeah.
know this. And they realized they couldn't turn him heel, so they had to turn John Cena face, and that's what ruined that whole storyline.
Yeah.
Um, or sorry, they wanted to turn John Cena
Cody
face and Cody
face.
heel, but it was too late. They had already turned John Cena back face, so they
Yeah.
had no choice but to just do what they did. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
But I actually didn't hate this match. I
No,
thought the
the match was
accidental
good.
blood was fun.
Yeah.
I thought there was some good work in this match. It was a little bit too long for some reason. Like it felt
Yeah,
long
this one
at
this
least.
one was 20 minutes.
It didn't need to be that long. Braun, I love Braun Breaker. but he's very limited in what he can do, and a 20
Yeah.
minute match is not it, Chief.
Uh, Bronson Reed was fantastic in this match
But we know Bronson Reed is
because,
amazing.
well, I mean, we did see him in the G1 a couple years ago.
Bronson Reed is one of the most underrated talents in all of wrestling.
Current,
Current.
yes, him and Benjamin.
Now Jeff Cobb, unfortunately.
Yeah, yeah, we haven't seen him in a while. We saw Hikuleo make his debut, and then we haven't seen him since.
Hikuleo's not underrated. Hikuleo's not that good.
No, but I'm just saying, like, I'm just talking about like
Yeah. JC
names.
Mateo was not underrated. JC Mateo was a great wrestler, but now because of what he's doing in WWE, he's become underrated because like people only see this
Yeah,
and they
it's
don't
like
know about
same
like
thing with
everything else.
Tamatonga.
Yeah, Tama too. Tongaloa is not very good. I think we
No.
can just agree on
Yeah,
that.
we can agree on that. But Division do get the win on this, and which
You
is
had
good.
to.
Like, and the Usos put them over. They put them over huge. They make them look like a force to be reckoned with.
But that's a good thing, though. I think that's
Oh
actually
no,
a good thing
absolutely it
because
is. I'm not saying
yeah,
that's a bad thing. That's absolutely a good thing.
yeah.
With that, moving on to our third match, Stephanie Vaquer versus Io Sky for the vacant Women's World Championship.
You know, it's funny. Stephanie Verkura, I didn't wasn't really. Everyone's excited about her. I wasn't that into her, especially since even though people think I like it because of her gimmick of her, finisher. But here's my thing. I get why people love it, especially guys. But as far as like matchmaking, I never really got interested into her until today. I feel like this match right here was what won me over with her. I feel like she did a phenomenal job of this match. It was very
This is
entertaining.
what this is what these two you have two of probably of the greatest women's wrestlers in the world in the ring right there. And when you let them go even just a little bit, they can show you those flashes of brilliance. And I love the fact that Michael Cole did not shy away from mentioning that she is an IWGP World, sorry, not IWGP, but the New Japan Strong Champion. She was
Did she beat Julia?
that should be Julia in the fact. Like he makes mention of and he made mention of Stardom. Like
That's nice.
they're not shying away from that
I
anymore.
wish
Other
that
companies exist now.
well, every company talks about every other company except WWE and TNA don't talk about AEW, and AEW doesn't talk about WWE and TNA. That's the only no-nos in all of wrestling
Yeah.
for some reason. Well, and CMLL and AAA, but
And AAA, yeah.
they talk about the existence of each other. They just don't like each
Yeah,
other.
we're now getting a TNA AAA crossover. Tune in next week.
Whoopity-doo.
Tune in next week for our Victory Road review, and we'll tell you why.
But yeah, I mean, this was an excellent match. I think it
Yeah.
could have been even better had it been in Japan or something.
If this was in Stardom, this would have been a 5-star classic.
Well, Io Sky is going back to Marigold to wrestle
Mayu Iwatani, yeah.
but like I mean I
Oh, new
want to watch it.
IWGP champ.
Yeah, New Strong. Did you see the New Strong?
Yep.
But I don't want to watch a Marigold pay-per-view because it
No.
fucking sucks.
Yeah. We've fallen off on that one.
The
But
last
yeah.
3 events have been awful.
Yeah. They don't have star power. It's not that they don't have the star power, it's just the booking. I don't know what it is.
Buddy, they're wrestling in like big white boxes that have
Mhm.
2 rows of seats.
Yeah.
And like the atmosphere already on top of how boring the matches are, it's like just
Which
tell
makes
me
me
you're
wonder
selling
who
tickets
really
for
was the
people to take
driving force
pictures.
behind Stardom. It couldn't have been Hat Guy then.
No, it was probably one of the women bookers.
Yeah. But
but
back
anyways,
to the match at hand. Yes.
it was a really good match.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I don't know if I'd go. I mean, I want to give it 5 stars. I feel like you have to, but I
Yeah.
feel like it could have been better.
It could have
Like, I
been
feel like
better.
there was room to improve, room for improvement.
It just misses the cusp of to go on for match of the year.
No, I think you could put it in the category because, like, coming off AEW, I don't think the Tony Storm 4-way or the
Monet
Sasha Banks match was even remotely in a
is
class
good.
with this.
No, absolutely not.
So I think there's like there's space to throw this
Okay,
in.
space to throw this in. Okay, we'll chuck it in there.
You might even be able to negotiate for it to be a winner. I mean, depending on how the rest of the year goes.
Yeah,
But good. We deserve it. We deserve this.
yeah.
After watching these ladies for so long and not get a chance. Like in if Vince was still here, Io Sky would be at the bottom of the card.
Oh yeah, same thing with Stephanie.
No, Stephanie would have did it because she has sex appeal.
she wouldn't have had the gimmick though.
It's her literally, yeah, she would have been handed some kind of gimmick.
Yeah,
She would have
Well,
been
that's
paired up
what.
with Rey Mysterio as like a valet.
yeah.
Yeah, the only thing I can see that she needs a little bit of work is her mic skills. But I mean,
She
again,
can't speak
with
English.
like, yeah, that's what I was about to say. But the language barrier, it does make it a little bit difficult. You know what I mean?
And her boyfriend's deaf.
Party on.
You know she's dating Miles Bourne, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Anyways,
yeah, moving on. Moving on. Yeah, but
good match.
this was probably match of the night for me.
Yeah, I would say it's match of the night. I don't think anything's even in close.
Yeah. And congratulations to Stephanie Vecker. She is your new WWE Women's World Champion. How do you
Hmm.
feel about that?
I'm
I'm
okay
fine with
with
it.
it because I think Io Sky already had a bunch of runs. So like, let's.
She had a few decent runs.
I
Yeah.
think Io's gonna fall back into the Oscar category now, even though she's not that old. Where they're gonna stop using her as like a main. Just they're gonna use her to lose in the title
I
picture.
mean,
You know
she
what
is
I mean?
pretty over still.
She is, but like you could see that they're going in a new direction.
Yeah. Yeah, because they did the whole
Yeah.
turning on her with the
She's gonna
Kabuki one.
become like a Shinsuke now or like an Asuka where they get put in the picture just to
Which
lose and that's
which
it.
I gotta ask, how the hell did he make the top 25?
Wait,
Tune in
what?
next week. Campo and I will have our PWI 500 uh breakdown. But we're throwing out some teasers. So moving on, our next match of the night, CM Punk and AJ Lee versus Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch in a mixed tag
I
match.
just want to say something. When the first like reviews came out about this, Booker T did a podcast where him and the guy, I think they're from ESPN,
Hmm.
talked about this match. And it wasn't the guy who rated everything a C, by the way. And Booker T was trying to explain why people don't understand why this match was good. And the guy that was with him said this is the best mixed tag match he's ever seen. This match fucking sucked. Like I'm not even being a hater. This match was a 1-star match. There was
Yeah, it was
no
not very.
story. Both women were not good in the ring. CM Punk and Seth Rollins, who are both capable wrestlers for some reason, just didn't do
Yeah,
anything good.
this was more to showcase AJ Lee, and you could see that there was so much ring rust on her.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and you
Hmm.
could see that like you could hold 10 fingers to her forehead before you reach her hairline.
And there you go again, what you're saying about Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch, if you put her in the ring against someone who can control the match, she's good. But if you
Yeah,
put her in the ring against
AJ Lee is like we've talked about this. Is one of the better wrestlers from a not good era of
from a
women's
shitty era,
wrestling.
yeah.
And she's been retired for how long and not
10
been
years.
in the ring. So you're not going to come
Yeah.
back and have a good match with Becky Lynch of all people. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I
Becky
agree.
No,
Lynch is the
I
absolutely.
worst of
agree.
the four horsewomen. So it's like, what are we talking about here?
Yeah.
And it's not like
Uh,
we're like this match is bad. Like it's
Yeah.
actually just a bad match.
Yeah, it
well,
was not.
here's my thing going into it. Again, the same situation. I was excited to see AJ Lee, but even in that situation, having CM Punk so vulnerable to where they're trying to get AJ Lee in there, the opposite of that situation just doesn't work. There's no feel for it. You know what I mean? Like you're making it out like she's some kind of like Hulk character, and we got Hawkeye in the field, and that's not the situation. It's nothing
No.
against AJ Lee, because of course I'm an AJ Lee fan. I want to
Unless
see
it's
him get
Hawkeye from
his
Buddy,
MASH.
the Finn Balor and Mr. Iguana with the two women, that was a better intergender tag match with Lola
I
Vice and
agree. Even and you
what's
know
her
me,
face?
I didn't even like the puppets. I think that stuff's weird. It's just the whole thing of this is like
Roxanne
I
Perez.
love, yeah,
That was a
I like
way
him.
better
Yeah.
intergender match.
Yeah, yeah. But I like watching like AJ Lee prance around all this stuff. It's adorable. But then when it comes to actually wrestling, like if you notice, she botched the first time that she was trying to get her
Oh
finisher
yeah.
on Becky. And it's like you can see the rust, and then they do it again. And even during the one she actually catches, it just feels off. Like she doesn't have it totally gripped on. Like again, rust and everything. They brought her in too quickly. I feel like maybe she took some time, but again, you've been at this a long time, and even when it comes to
Well,
all
I
the
mean,
things where
apparently
once,
she has been training since Punk returned almost 2 years ago.
I mean, okay, that's cool and everything, but I mean, it's also a matter of like who she's in the ring with. You know what I mean? Like Campo said,
Yeah.
and It's the same situation that feels with this. And what makes this suck is I was all excited about it. I thought this is gonna be awesome. This is gonna be epic. I'm gonna feel for this. I'm gonna be excited for AJ Lee, but I'm gonna be more excited. Like I felt like at least maybe have her be
I
the
forgot Putty's
yeah.
from the AJ Lee era.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, CM Punk, if they would have, and this would have been more interesting to me, if they would have done it where, like, for example, let's let AJ Lee first start because it's excitement. You're already hyping up, but make her be injured, and then that way, what you can do is finally get CM Punk in there, and then have it to where CM Punk is injured. And at this point, while the girls are two wrestling, you could have Seth Rollins in the background trying to mess up CM Punk, so when he does come in, he has an extra advantage to him. So now CM Punk is down, and now we have excitement to get AJ Lee in there just to get him the rest. The way it felt here was like you're weak in the beginning, CM Punk. Now you're down. Oh, but you can't get to AJ Lee, and it's like you fought Seth Rollins so many times, and you looked like a bitch in this match. Like it sucked
Yeah,
so
especially
much. And
especially
then
those moments with Becky.
yeah, and then all of a sudden you bring in AJ Lee, and it didn't, and everyone else is cheering, and I'm like, you guys are
If this
really
were
excited
Bubba
about
Ray
this?
Dudley, he would have powerbombed her through a table.
Yeah, it's just the point of the whole thing is I was excited for an intro, and it's funny. Stephanie Valkyrie, I was talking about how I wasn't a fan of hers and everything. Tonight I became a fan, and then at the same point I've been a fan of AJ Lee all these years, and I'm kind of like I don't like the new AJ Lee. I like the character, but it's like as far as wrestling, you're not
Like I said,
interested in
I
me.
think it was the thing that people liked about her was she stood out and was a good wrestler in a really bad era of women's
But I mean,
wrestling.
when she came out like in the early 2000s, like early to mid 2000s, 2010s, like the whole emo scene was huge, right? So she catered to that crowd too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just
Well,
like
the psychotic, yeah.
I don't I'm not like I've already harped on this enough. She looks really old. Like
Really?
you didn't feel like compared to how Becky Lynch looks, even though they're probably
And
like the same age, that
Becky
that
Lynch, I think, is
AJ
a little bit younger, but they're not that far off.
oh, I don't think anything AJ Lee looks
Becky
bad at all.
Lynch,
I still think she looks.
oh my God, they are the exact same age.
I told you.
Oh wow.
AJ Lee to me, and now she's a mom and like all, but so is Becky Lynn. She looks like she's
No, AJ's
50.
not a mom.
AJ's not. I thought they have
No,
kids.
they don't have kids. No
Okay,
kids.
well, good for the world, probably.
Yeah.
They're both pieces of poo poo in real life. Um, let's be honest here.
Becky is actually older by 4 months.
Congratulations, Becky. You're still really hot. Um, I think that I would have rather watched Punk versus Rollins. Just give me Punk versus Rollins.
Yeah,
And why?
we are going to get that, but we're also now going to get AJ Lee versus
For the
Becky Lynch,
belt,
and she's going to win.
she shouldn't have the belt. You're tying up the belt with this old wrestler for no reason, and nobody's chasing it. Do you remember when I complained about John Cena and I already don't like those ideas, or Chris Jericho
Hmm.
winning the belt, or like fucking John Moxley? But somebody was chasing the belt,
Yeah,
right? Whoever had like when Tanahashi wins a belt or whatever, you know what I mean? Someone was chasing it. Nobody's chasing Becky
yeah,
Lynch for this belt. She just has a belt, and no young talent is gonna surpass her. It's gonna go to AJ Lee if it goes to anybody, and it's gonna be another embarrassment.
yeah.
The booking right now in WWE
It's questionable.
is okay. Look, if you're giving me good storylines, which that's what WWE's for, okay?
Hmm.
When I get to the pay-per-views and the matches are just okay, I'm not as upset. But when you're giving me nothing but poo, and then I get there and the matches are also poo, then why are you charging me $1,000 to sit in the upper bowl to watch a 3-hour pay-per-view that only has 4 matches on it?
Yeah. There
You
Well,
were
know what I
supposed
mean?
to be six. I think they removed the match, didn't they?
I don't know. I thought, to be honest with you, I thought there was 6 matches. I thought we were reviewing
Yeah,
six
no.
matches right
Originally, I
now.
think there was supposed to be
well,
another match on this card.
wait. I thought Cody and them.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
Cody.
that
I
was
thought.
number
that's
five.
we're only in the fourth
Oh, okay,
match.
okay. Oh, I
CM Punk
forgot.
and
I
AJ
thought.
Lee win, obviously.
Well, I'm gonna say this right now to end this and everything.
How are you
Here's
gonna?
my thing.
Sorry, go.
Well, here's my thing. Leading up to this, I actually like the story. I like the introduction to her. I like how they did it with her, Becky Lynch slapping him. I actually was interested. It felt different. It felt a little bit more unique than it's been in a while. And I know it's a repeat of something else. I can't remember, but it still felt kind of unique. again, same situation like you said, Campo. If you were if WWE is all about story, and at least on my end, I can say the story is interesting. But leading into where they went, even when it came to the rivalry, we at one point had Becky scared of AJ in these situations. But Becky became very, very, very brave in this, and that really breaks the the systematic of how everything works. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, that,
it's
Oh,
not. It's just poor booking.
yeah, with
It's
the
not. It's not
bookings.
because Becky Lynch or AJ Lee or CM Punk or Seth Rollins can't cut a promo against each other. It's
Yeah,
because the actual just booking of it is poor.
yep.
yeah. But like I said, CM Punk and AJ Lee go over. Final match of the night, main event: Cody Rhodes defending the undisputed WWE Championship against Drew McIntyre.
How long was this match? 7.5 minutes or something?
17 and a half.
Okay, this match went by so fast, and I felt I'm not even joking. I watched it a second time because I was like, nothing even happens in this match.
No.
Why did we have this match just to
Oh,
put the
going back
title
to the
on the
last
pay per
match,
view?
Wade Barrett stole my word. He stole skullduggery.
Listen, you don't deserve any words because you just keep accusing everybody of stealing everything.
So I mean, so what is the situation with Drew? Because the thing is,
Drew is
Drew.
getting written off TV to go do Highlander with Henry
Yes.
Cavill.
Oh, he's gonna be Highlander. Oh, that's
Yes, he's
actually a
going to
good
be in
pick. That's a
Highlander.
really
And
good pick.
Cody's Guile, so like he needs to be
But
written
I
off
was just
TV
about to make
too.
Yes,
that. I would
but
make a joke on that.
every
Yeah.
single person from from the Star Trek, from the Street Fighter thing who's been in wrestling has been coming and going. So they must not be have a
Well,
crazy filming schedule.
well, that's
Because
Yep.
what I'm
Goto's
wondering too.
already coming back to New
But that's
Japan.
what I'm wondering too, because that's why I know Roman Reigns is gone because he's shooting the parts for Akuma and everything. You know what I mean?
But
But like
Orville
Cody
Peck,
Rhodes,
let's go.
I mean, here's the thing: what are they going to do as far as like Cody? Are they going to strip him of his belt so they give him time? Is Guile not
No, who are they going to
What
give
do
it
you
to?
mean? They're already almost done filming.
Oh, are they really? Well, see, here's the thing though.
That's what I
That's
said.
why.
All the wrestlers that were supposed to be leaving keep coming back, even though they're supposed to be like gone
Apparently,
filming.
from what I understand, this filming has been done. It's been going on for over a year already.
Yeah,
They
it's
just announced the cast now.
Oh, yeah, that's why I was confused. I thought they were I thought they were not just announcing the cast because they just starting to shoot.
No, I think filming is almost done.
Oh, I can't wait then. I can't wait. I hope it's good. I hope it's good. Anyway,
it's
that's
probably not
sidetracking.
going to be good.
I don't know. I like the Mortal Kombat movie, and I can't wait to the second one. I actually liked Mortal
Did they
Kombat
postpone?
1.
They postponed it, didn't they? It
Yeah,
was
it's a
supposed to
May.
be
It's a May.
October to May, all right?
I was already ready for
And
me
now
to see it, and
Batman's
everything
going
was
to be
planned.
2027.
Just let them do whatever they're doing. I don't care. I like.
But
Do I want the if the Mortal Kombat doesn't try to do better than the first one, then I'm not here for any more.
Well, I've heard they have, but I liked the first one. I don't
The
know why
first
people
one is
hate on
some
it.
of the worst acting.
Well, yeah,
It's
I
this is
agree.
what it has. It has good fight scenes because it's all made by stunt people, and it
Hmm.
has an understanding of the lore of the game. What it doesn't have is good acting or good writing or good directing, which
I'm gonna
is
be very
what you
yeah,
honest with
need
you.
to make a movie.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even go to see that. I think that's why it sells for people like me. I just want to see the fights in
But
like
you
live
should
action fights. That's
try
pretty
to
much
make a
it.
better movie, and that's what
I
I
get it.
already
I get it. I
see.
get it.
The difference you have with Street Fighter is the cast is not all stunt actors. They're all wrestlers or real actors. So you're
Yeah,
not going
yeah.
to get
exactly.
the same
Well, one's not
physical
even an actor.
performances. There you go. You're not going to get the same physical performances out of them as you would of the stunt actors in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. Because I don't think Orville Peck is not an actor, is he? He's just
He's
a
a
musician.
singer.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But
But
either
yeah.
way, like I
But
sidetracked
going
there.
back to this match,
Going back to
Drew,
Guile.
yeah, Guile and
It wasn't a good
there can
match.
only
It was
be
too
one.
short. It didn't make any sense. The storyline was so
I
much build
don't
up for
what I
nothing.
don't like, and he's doing this in every match now, is Cody doing, oh, I'm injured, but yet all of a sudden he hits the Cody cutter from the ropes, or
He
he's able.
literally has been doing that since day one.
I
What are you
know, but it's
talking
getting
about?
worse.
Oh, everything about Cody is getting worse in general. Cody is such it's funny. I know they're trying to set up Cody to be since John Cena's leaving to him to be the John Cena, but when it comes to the type of charisma, when it comes to John Cena and Cody Rhodes is never going to have that because if he did, he would have already had it with all the years he's been in wrestling with his family. You know what I mean? Like you just can't have that kind of
Cody
charisma.
Rhodes
You
is
have
just
to
the
hit and
greatest
go.
hits of all the 80s wrestlers. Figure
Cody
fours
Rhodes is Lex
and
Luger,
whatnots.
WWE, trying to body slam Yokozuna on the USS Intrepid.
Exactly. Yeah.
Wow. The Lex Express?
The Lex Express. That's exactly what Cody is.
All I know is Cody. I get that for the kids because right now it feels
Even
like
has his
Cody
own
is just.
bus,
He
like the
does
I feel
have
Lex
like
his own
Express.
Cody is
bus.
just one of those
He films his
repetitive.
podcast on the bus.
But
Wheatley
like
vodka.
you know how when kids watch shows on YouTube or on TV, they have this, they do the same repetitive thing over and over again with like Sesame Street. That's what Cody feels like. He's like, we're constantly hearing today's letter is B, and the kids are like, we love Cody. You know what I mean? You know that's why they're all putting their arms
We
out and
love
everything. Like,
B.
B, B. It's like it feels
Yes,
like
okay, like
It says B, and there's a picture of a bee on it.
it's
Let's be
definitely
friends.
it's definitely like child to like
Yes.
forward, but like it's not the point. I think the first three matches on this pay-per-view are better than what the reviews seem to be giving it credit for, but these
Yeah.
last two matches are bad.
Yeah.
Like,
and they're
And
supposed
you're
to
a
be the big
Cody
one.
fan.
yeah, I'm off the Cody train. I'm just gonna be honest. I was about
I
to
am
tell you,
too.
like, it hurts me to say it. Like you and Nick were right, and I can't watch it anymore.
Yeah.
I just
Yep.
can't. Drew McIntyre deserves to be a champion more than Cody Rhodes
Oh,
does.
absolutely.
And I noticed this really well too because you know how for me with the way I watch WWE now when it doesn't come to pay-per-views or if I don't watch Monday Night Raw because I'm on the spur of the moment, I watch clips on YouTube and you'll see they'll talk about segments and like that. Like I watch the ones with AJ Lee, all that stuff. I've gotten to the point now where every single time I see Cody Rhodes in some kind of clip that's about the thing, I literally have skipped over it and I didn't even know what his storyline. Once I saw he was talking to Paul Heyman, I think it was like I saw a video. I'm like, what is he talking to Paul Heyman? How is he in that storyline now? I'm like, they want to find a way to put him into storyline somehow, in some way, and I don't know what that was. Why there was a Paul Heyman thing, but why is he a part of this whole situation now? Like, you see why Paul Heyman is they're trying to put him
Multiverse.
exactly. They're making
Bringing it back, baby.
Multiverse.
Bringing it back.
literally Paul Heyman is what would you call the multiverse? He's literally the what you call him
He's
from
Thanos. You know when
yeah
Thanos when he goes in his asshole,
yes
Thanos.
yes.
He's Uatu.
Yeah, he pretty much watches over
He's
the whole
basically
situation.
Wong.
Yeah.
Yep. It's again, WWE's at this point where it's like I want to embrace that it's growing with ESPN and going back to Las Vegas for
Look
W
at that
for WrestleMania.
giant Woody Harrelson. Sorry, I was
Oh, did you
distracted by that enormous Wang.
oh
What are you looking at?
this thing here? Did you hear ESPN apparently is reporting that they do not like the way Wrestlepalooza went and they kind of regretting that they brought WWE
They
now?
didn't like how it performed, and then
Yeah.
the main
Yeah.
wrestling reviewer for ESPN gave it a not a good score. And
Yeah.
That's not a good
WWE is
start.
really mad about it because they're like, well, we're the same company. Like, are we
Yeah.
supposed to lie? He has integrity. Like,
Yeah,
I
right.
watch this pay-per-view as well.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm giving this pay-per-view a 6.5 because I don't care
I was
if
gonna
I
give it
enjoyed the
six.
first
Yeah.
two matches. Just I don't like the storyline between the Usos and Braun, even though I like the match. I don't care at all about Cena versus Lesnar.
Phil
And
Terry was
I think those last two matches were both like two or less stars, which the 5-star match in the middle is not
Yeah.
covering the cost
which
of
I
that.
find funny that the
No.
person I wasn't paying attention to was the one that had the best match of the whole night, and then the rest of everyone else, I was like, I like this character, that character, and they all had shitty matches. So there you go.
Yeah. I gave it a 6.7 solely because of the Stephanie Vecker Io Sky match.
I get it.
Buddy,
No, I already said mine. Mine was six. I was going six in the beginning.
you're flat out six.
Yeah,
Okay.
just about six. That one match was good. I'll be honest. The whole thing with AJ Lee really like burned the score down for me because
That
it tried
match
to
was
return.
legitimately
What
hard
killed
to
it?
watch.
Yeah, that's
It
Like
what
was
it
killed it.
was
so bad.
hard to watch it.
I was really enjoying the way it was building up. You had an okay in-ring work with the first match. You had a really good tag match. Then you had a fantastic women's match, and then that's your peak, and then you shit the bed. And then it all went
And
And
downhill
it's
from
like
there.
I think like what Putty said, the weird gimmick that they had where the girl will just run in front of the guy on the floor to stop the momentum of the match was
Yeah.
like
It
someone just
killed the
hit her out of the way. Like, what are we
yeah,
doing here?
it literally killed the match.
And JD, you said pointedly, and that's why I felt uncomfortable. And I think why this match, if I go look back at this match, maybe I'll like it a little more. But the reason why it burned so much is when you come from those last few matches that are at least decently entertaining. Well, Valkyrie was right before this, right? Wasn't the Valkyrie match right before this, or was there another match before
Stephanie
this?
Vecker was before the tag match, yes.
Yes. Okay. So having that match and I'm such a high moment of like, oh, this is amazing that I'm now a fan of hers, and I'm gonna see AJ Lee next. Yes, I'm
And
hyped.
you
What are
get
they
that
doing?
sad trumpet from the Price is Right.
Yeah. I mean, look, you had like a 3.5, a 3.5, a
A
5,
five.
then you had a 1.5 and a 2. And
And
that's where you get the final score from.
yeah.
Like it's a 6.5. You know what I mean? Like nothing you could do about it.
So With that out of the way, guys, thanks again for joining us. Tune in next week. Next week, we're going to have our TNA Victory Road, NXT No Mercy, and we're going to talk about the PWI 500. So you make sure you tune in next week for that. So with that out of the way, in the words of Kenny Omega, goodbye and good night.